Hi, this is Susan Specht Oram, and I'm here with my writing assistant Abby, but you can't see her in the frame right now. So this is the fourth video I'm making about my writing process, and I wanted to talk about how many years I've been writing novels and other books, nonfiction books, and how some of us, it takes years to learn the right rhythm, how to tell a story. Other people pick it up much faster. But I just want to urge writers out there to be patient with themselves, because it does take years. It took me years. So I started writing when I was young, and I wrote poetry, and then I wrote 1, 2, 3 novels, and then I decided early feedback was my first novel was too dark. Nobody would want to read it, but it was well written. Second novel, I wasn't too sure about it. And it was a sequel to the first, and really, word is you should not go on to write a sequel until you're sure of the first book and that will sell and it's perfect been professionally edited. So then I wrote a third novel, and I labored over that for 2.5 years. My mind was thoroughly muddy because I'd had a year of chemotherapy for breast cancer and 4 surgeries, 5 in all. And I just, for some reason, the combination of the therapeutics I was taking for breast cancer, it just muddled my mind, and it took me a long time to remember the word cheddar cheese instead of orange cheese. And I was in a writing group at the Anacortes Senior Activity Center, and we met every Friday, and I'd leave in tears because this was right after I finished my fourth surgery, and I just finished my course of treatment. So my words were clumsy, and I just couldn't find the way to tell the story that I was so inspired to write. And it was about a young woman who she lives on a sailboat, and anyway, I might rewrite that someday without looking at the first version, so I'll save the details for another day. But that story didn't make it basically out of the womb. It almost had promise, but people, 3 people read it, and they kind of didn't like it at all. They said it was kind of boring. And I love that frank feedback. If you do read somebody's book and it's in draft form, I suggest that you check with them and see how honest they want the feedback, because I just really appreciated their telling me that nothing much happened. And I thought it was riveting, and oh my gosh, all these things happened on the water and on the boat, and if somebody was out to get her, and there were nasty notes left. And it must have been the combination of the plot and the writing and a whole bunch of things, and the fact that I was still not practiced. I hadn't gotten in my 10,000 hours, as Bill Gates says, and I think Malcolm Gladwell in the book Blink, he mentions that to master a craft, you have to put in 10,000 or more hours. And as an aside, my husband is a retired professional trumpet player, and so I figured out, when did he get his 10,000 hours? And so I think it was by the time he graduated from college, he had that many hours of playing in groups. It doesn't include rehearsals, and it doesn't include practicing 2-3 hours a day on his trumpet from the 3rd grade on. So anyway, for me, it took a number of novels to get to be able to let a story flow and to be able to grip writers and write page turners. But that is my goal, is to write page turning stories that keep you turning the pages and engrossed, because you want to know how the story is going to end, and you think you figured it out maybe, but then there's a little twist, and I love books like that. So thanks for listening to me today. And I initially started to talk about the books I'd written before, and so I've got Boating with Buddy was my fourth book, I think, that I put on Amazon. And I put one that I've taken down because nobody read it, about how to deal with a cancer diagnosis successfully for patients. And the main thing is to have something to look forward to and envision your life after that treatment. To laugh a lot, to find little treats along the way, like funny movies. A friend of mine and his wife, when she was going through breast cancer treatment, they would watch funny movies. So pretty simple, right? Have something to look forward to and keep a positive attitude. So anyway, I wrote a nonfiction book about investor relations, and I wrote one about crisis communications, and one about public relations and how to build relationships. And those three business books are short content. And surprisingly enough, people are still buying them. In fact, the number of people buying the investor relations book is increasing. And I first put it up on Amazon in 2016. And maybe I've just learned how to run ads to it successfully on Amazon. Or, maybe people are looking for that content. And then I wrote 3 fun books about a rescue dog. We had a dog named Buddy before little Abby here. And so that rescue dog, he was just a sweetie, although he ran away right away when he joined us from Eastern Washington. And so the story of Boating with Buddy is my first fiction book, and it's short content again, and it's still available on Amazon. But books 2 and 3, I think book 2 was taken off by Amazon because something about the margin bleed. They changed their formatting configurations and mandates. So that book was removed, Boating with Buddy episode 2, but the 3rd episode I think is still available in paperback. So they're just fun little stories, and that's what got me restarted in writing fiction after taking a break for a number of years and letting manuscripts just sit in the drawer, as they say, box under the bed. So I have gone on and on. I appreciate you listening and being part of my community as a writer or as a reader. And thank you for reading my books. Little bug got in my eye. And take care, all right? Take care. Bye-bye.